So again, according to tradition, Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam stood right on this stone over here before he ascended to heaven. So they will be using anointment oil on this stone over here, and they will be saying their prayers and so on.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I hope you're liking the series of vlogs I'm sharing with you in Jerusalem. We've just left the Maqam of Salman al-Farsi. Now we're going to visit the Mount of Olives, and we're going to visit the Waliya Rabia al-Basriya. Stay with me on this journey. Jazakallah khair.
Place is under the supervision. Again, remind you of yesterday's story with Muslims having the keys for the Holy Sepulchre Church. Muslims are guarding and serving the most important church for Christians in Jerusalem. Same story over here. This is a church, yet the man is appointed by the Waqf, so he can keep the place, so he can take care of the place and so on. Okay, so please follow me. If you look around you, you will see an octagonal base of a Byzantine church. You can see the signs Byzantine church around. This is where the Byzantine church used to stand. Byzantines are the late Romans, talking about the periods between the 4th and the 7th century AD. Those are the ones that the Muslims came and took Jerusalem from, late Romans, okay? As you can see, we do have some shade above our heads. The Muslim guard who's sitting out there, it's his duty to cover the shade up, so when the visitors come in, they will always have some good service. Christians celebrate Ascension. Actually, last week on Wednesday, they celebrated the Ascension of Mary. That's why we do have the shade over here. You can see we have metal rings on the wall over there, that when we have a much bigger crowd over here as well, they will cover the whole courtyard, so the believers, Christian believers, will have some good, comfortable condition. They provide them with seats, with water, so they can do their feast in a much more comfortable way. This dome over here right behind me, it was built by the Crusaders. If you guys remember yesterday's dome, as I mentioned, Qubbat al-Sakhra, we have something exactly the same. However, this dome is covered now. You cannot really see it from here. If you stand over there, if you guys remember the dome of the Ascension in the Qubbat al-Sakhra, I told you that there's a dome outside, and I was pointing to it with my laser marker, and I told you that that could be one of two suggested places for the Ascension. This one was built by the Crusaders. The main thing to build this is to control and cover and mark this stone over here. Please come in. However, give your brothers and sisters space so they can see this. Move to the sides so those who can come in get to see what we are talking about. Just move backwards and let the others come in. Move backwards and let the others come in, please. Please move in so the others can come in. You can come in. Move forward so the others, alhamdulillah, it's a big group, so we want everybody to enjoy this experience. Now, something that is in common with all Christian denominations is that this is the adopted place for the Ascension. That means Greek Orthodox, Franciscan Catholics, Armenians, even Protestants, who are usually different from all the others, they celebrate Ascension from this place over here. Okay? So again, according to tradition, Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam stood right on this stone over here before he ascended to heaven. That's why when the Crusaders came in, Please keep the way open so the others can come in. That's why when the Crusaders came in, they did put this marble frame around the stone over here. Usually it's cleaned, and more than that, usually when the Christian pilgrims come in, and of course this is a must visit for the Christian pilgrims, they will be using the anointment oil. We do have small bottles of anointment oil over here. This is olive oil with a very nice smell to it. They will just put it on their hands and they will be rubbing that. Actually, you can see the stone is kind of shining. Anointment oil was used in the older days to put on body so the body will be smelling good, just like, utar in our tradition. So they will be using anointment oil on this stone over here, and they will be saying their prayers and so on. Salah ad-Din comes in right after Muslims turned this place into a mosque. That's why you do see the mihrab in here. Salah ad-Din, of course, does not agree. And he says, this is a church. We cannot just take churches and take them into mosques. So we do believe in Isa. We do believe in Isa's ascension as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and build me a mosque right next to the church. Actually, they share the same wall. Entering the place, the site, I refer to entrance to the church and entrance to the mosque. The mosque today is serving as Zawiyah al-As'adiyya for the Sufis. We have Sufis community in Jerusalem, and usually there will be a meeting in this masjid right next door over here. Of course, the sand, you have seen something similar yesterday, but it was water yesterday in the Holy Sepulchre Church. When the Christian pilgrims come in, usually they light the candles and they put them in the sand, so when it's dying, it does not really start a fire. Okay? Any question? No questions? Okay. If anybody wants to buy, usually I do not do this, but this book is so good, so it's really worth getting. I don't know where he has it. He has a book that's called the Holy Land Book. It was done by a Catholic priest with the assistance of a professional Palestinian photographer. It covers the Holy Land, north to south, east to west. Not only holy sites, but it talks about geography, it talks about weather. It describes the Holy Land in a very, very detailed, very easy to read way. So if anybody wants to get one of those books, I think that he has them somewhere over here. It's about 60 shekels, 50 shekels more or less. So if you guys like to get one of those, that would be recommended. It's
लाखों सलाम